Hello judo lovers, thanks to you, subscribers have now reached on my channel more than 4,000. It seems like another judo gi giveaway can be planned soon. Please look forward to it. In this video, I'll explain my original style of SEOINAGE and more important points about SEOINAGE. I'll explain the tips throughout the video. Please watch this video all the way through till the end. There is also a way to dive into and attack this defensive position. The way I deal with opponents who have their center of gravity low and behind them is with your surete hand, that is a lapel hand, grab the opponent's back. Move to kateeri cross grip while pulling your opponent to set up SEOINAGE. Pull the opponent forward by his judogi. Grab the surete firmly in kateeri cross grip. The left collarbone is in your right hand and the right collarbone is in your left hand. Diving deep in between the opponent's leg. I'll explain in more detail step by step. When the opponent bows and there is no space, grip the back of the opponent, either kurigeri, known as back collar, or back of the gi. Place the person in this situation. Another benefit of this situation is that the opponent will get a shido. When you push the opponent's head, the opponent will rise. Using this reaction, as the opponent rises his head, I will switch to a kateeri grip, a cross grip. Do it like this. Take advantage of your opponent's reaction in this way. Use a surete like this. This is how I do my original SEOINAGE. I'll explain how to use the hikite. Make sure it's not like this, but it's pulling forward like this. More forward. Both the surete and hikite are in front of me. Pull with the whole arm, not just your hands. I often see people's hikite stuck in the middle. The correct way is like drawing a circle with your elbow. I also see people fall like this. By doing this, you cannot throw your opponent because the tatami will block the force. Instead of stopping, keep spinning and rotate onto your elbow. If you stop in this situation, you cannot throw. Do not stop the hikite, keep the rotation. Turn across your shoulder like this and twist your face. How I grip the surete, I raise my wrist. Some people like using their thumbs. I don't like using my thumb. You might ask, which fingers do I focus on when I am gripping? I grip using my last 3 fingers, middle, ring and little finger. This is my standard grip. Be sure to flex your wrist. Add pressure to stop the opponent's left shoulder. In the Kenkaiutsu, I hold the shoulders of my opponent. After grabbing the surete, lay your palm and wrist down. Hold it so your opponent's right shoulder does not move forward. If you keep your wrist upright, your opponent's surete will add pressure from above and bend your arm inwards. Let's look at it at another angle. I don't want the opponent's right shoulder to come forward. I use the wrist like this. If you use your wrist like this, the opponent can't bend your arm inwards. Make sure to use it like this. In the first SEOINAGE video, I explained how to use a surete like this. This requires practice to be able to do it. To avoid having to do this, I'll show you how to keep your opponent's surete grip out of the wall from the beginning. In this situation, push it up with your right hand. I put my left ear in close contact with my left shoulder. By eliminating the space, it prevents the opponent's surete dominating from above. In this way, like this. If you use a wrist like this, the opponent will dominate you. If this happens, you will be thrown. The important point is to use your wrist correctly. Let's firmly control the collarbone. If the surete can be controlled like this, you'll win the kumite gripping. Contrary to Kenkaiutsu, pull the surete to bring the opponent's right shoulder forward. In Kenkaiutsu, push the surete and pull the hikite. In Aiutsu, pull the surete and push the hikite. Create a situation like this. The opponent has his left foot in front and his right shoulder in front. At this point, the opponent is out of balance. I will summarize the key points. In Kenkaiutsu, push the surete and pull the hikite. In Aiutsu, pull the surete and push the hikite. Bring the opponent forward while wrapping your wrist inside. The best situation is if the opponent is not grabbing your surete. If your opponent pushes your surete down with his hikite, drop your surete in the same direction.